Hello everyone, welcome. I am discussing my hair growth after my first and only buzz cut so far. And it's going to be a 2-year timeline. So let's get into it. One day after the buzz cut, I absolutely love this. Actually, I felt badass and feminine in a weird way and masculine. So I felt like balanced with this. And I loved it. And the maintenance was amazing. So after 2 weeks, I did my first all over bleach. As you can tell, it is a little, it's obviously longer. And if I'd wanted it short, I definitely would have trimmed it at this point with my clippers, but I didn't. I just wanted to try out new things and color it, and I was excited to color it. So that was my main focus. After I bleached it, I did a temporary color. It was this fuchsia, kind of reddish color. It was really bright, but it was really fun for the holidays, and I liked it. I did think it was kind of too bright for my skin tone, maybe. I don't know. It kind of did annoy me with how bright it was. Like maybe if it was a darker red, or even like a lighter, paler pink or something. I don't know. I just felt like it looked weird in my skin tone. So after 1.5 months, I did this reddish brown. Now I think this was a permanent or semi-permanent color, but it helped hide my roots more, so I was kind of happy with doing it. It looks dark in the right picture, but in the middle picture, it was kind of a lighter reddish brown. So almost like a strawberry blonde. And this was after 2 months. You could see my dark roots coming in, and it's much longer on top. It was a bit artsier at this point, but I did like it. Like, it was long enough to kind of brush different ways and gel. But 3 months after, I tried this fun green color. I actually really liked it. It was a darker bluish green, almost like an evergreen when I put it on, and it was temporary, but I really did like it. Like, I would do that color right now if I could. It was fun. After 4 to 5 months, I really like the bangs and the length at this point. Like, it was a bit messier, which I always prefer. I prefer messier hairstyles. It was getting long in the back though. Like, at this point, I feel like the back grew pretty fast, and obviously it's at the back of my neck, but it was starting to get annoying to maintain because I had a rat tail and it was closing in on being a mullet. I really didn't want a mullet. Nothing against mullets. I might try one. But at this point, for some reason, I was just like, no mullets. So this is when I went in for my first official, well, first and only professional cut. She thinned it a bit and cleaned up the sides and the back. And then kind of trimmed up the top just a little bit because I was wanting that top to grow more so that I could eventually start growing evenly down. But I didn't really love this, but I thought I needed this for how I wanted my hair to go out. So it worked. I had to keep trimming up the bangs a bit after this point because they weren't very even. And then after 6 months, much thicker at this point again, like the thinning out had mostly gone away. Well, and it was growing back fast, so it was okay. I didn't love this, but it was easier to style. After 7 months, I did the undercut myself, and I really did like this. It was around or close to summer. I don't remember. It was either summer or right before, and so it was much cooler. It felt great. I really liked this cut, and I was able to curl it on top a lot more, and it was cute. 8.5 months after, I went to Italy with my husband, and it was much longer on top and easier to style. But I felt like it aged me a lot. The way it was framed around my face, it made me, I don't know, my face look fuller. So I wasn't a huge fan of this length, but it was okay. And I was able to use headbands and stuff, which was nice. All right, 10 months after, again, it was, again, much easier to style, like in variety, but I really didn't like this. I felt like it aged me more. Like I needed to do bangs or something to have kept it looking younger on me. And then 12 months after, I was in my Home Alone 3 lovely lady villain era, or Jamie Tart from Ted Lasso. I felt very much like every time I wore headbands or anything. It was long and choppy on top, but again, easier to pull back for workouts, and I don't know. It was okay. It was kind of a growing out stage. Yeah, very flippy. And then after 13 months, I liked this a lot more. I felt more feminine at this point. Kind of, well, I felt like the Beatles sometimes, but also like mid-century, some of those cutesy hippie cuts I've seen, from the 1950s or 60s that women got. I did like this a lot. And again, easier to style, easier to pull back. At this point, it reminded me of like the Meg Ryan 90s haircut, or Alice from Twilight. And I did like this. It felt choppy and cute, and I could just wake up and kind of put a little product in it, and I was ready to go. Made sure my part was covered in the back, and it was all good. Easy. Although it was kind of nearing mullet town in the back, but I was okay with that because it was longer on the top and front. After 16 months, I liked this. I could pull it back in a ponytail, but I did feel like if I styled it a certain way, it made me look older again. I don't know. I tried to be, I tried to clip it back a lot so it would look, I don't know, cutesy or more edgy. I don't know. After 21 months, same thing. I really needed a trim at this point, but I didn't get one. It was starting to get more split ends in the back. I could tell I just needed a trim. And I'm nearing where I was to begin with, which was really annoying. And so at this point, I was quite sick of my hair, and I'm ready to color it, trim it, do bangs, do a French bob or something, but I didn't. So yeah, I feel like I don't like it. And so 2 years after, back to the original length, I came full circle, and just after, let's see, one professional trim and then an undercut, and then just trimming like bangs and the edges. Other than that, I really didn't cut it. And so sadly, I'm back to where I was, and I'm going to do something drastic again. I just don't know what yet. We'll see. I don't know. Final thoughts. I did like a lot of those, but I think my favorite still has to be the buzz cut. It was awesome. I really loved it. It felt edgy, but feminine in a weird way, and easy. Mainly just easy, and it could go with anything. I could wear hats and then take it off and be like, boom, no hair. It'd be awesome. If you have any thoughts, leave them below. I'm totally willing to color it again. I don't want to do a full bleach because it's just so annoying, but I would be willing to color a bit of it and do a color that could mix with my hair, do a cut, and I'm very thankful I did it. It made me uncomfortable in a good way. It made me willing to try things that I would never, I don't know. I feel like if I'd cared more about what people thought, or I was just so ready to do something that felt like me and to go after what I felt like was my style, it's time to figure out what I truly like and how I want to present myself. And so experimenting like this really was worth it. Like, I loved it. And even though there's plenty of styles like I didn't love, that I wouldn't go back to necessarily, I'm very thankful I did it. And it's making me more willing to try things that I want to do and not be afraid of, what people say or their thoughts or opinions. This is like the 5th time I've tried to record this because I've forgotten to hit the record button. So, thank you all for watching.